You had a back and forth with Canelo Alvarez trainer, if I'm not mistaken. He said something around the lines, why should we fight David Benavidez? And when he
There we
haven't
go
did this,
again.
they just fought Avini Yildirim. That's the crazy part. They have no credentials whatsoever.
There you have another dumbass, trying to say excuses, That belt that Canelo has, that was David's belt. Well, let me tell you what happened. When David was the champion at 20 years old for the WBC, I reached out to Canelo's team. We wanted to fight Canelo. At that time, he was still big. We wanted to fight Canelo, and I thought he was one of the best fighters up there. They never respond. I never heard nothing from them. So I thought, okay, whatever, no problem. So we kept fighting. So David wins the second belt, right? So again, that was when he was 22. So now I reach up to him again, and we told him, hey, he fought from 168. He went to 175. I mean, 160 to 175. He fought Kovalev. So he looked good, beat an old guy. He had a lot of problems. So they paid that guy to come and give the belt to Canelo, and he looked really good, right?
Right.
In my opinion, I didn't think he looked good. He got hit a lot, like an amateur. Kovalev was just throwing the jab, 1-2, pa 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 pa, but then he got caught. But he was making Canelo look bad. So he's not the guy that people think, the Superman guy. So we wanted that fight at 168. He gave everybody an offer. He gave Sanders, Kalen Smith, Caleb Plant. He gave everybody an offer. But David, the 168, the WBC champion. So I say, hey, let's fight for the WBC 168. No response. Nothing happened. When he fought and he lost the belt and the scale, right away they called the WBC that they said they wanted to fight for the WBC, the 168 championship, right? So that belt is David's belt. So I'm thinking, okay, we'll prove that we deserve that fight, 2-3 fights, but fuckers give us the opportunity so you can win it legit. You took advantage of that opportunity. How come you never wanted to fight him when he was the champion? You gave everybody this offers, and people don't know that. But at the same time, like I said, I feel good. I feel happy that they're avoiding David because they see the danger that he possesses and he brings to the table. And yeah, they smile. They say that he got hit. That he looked really good against Ronald Ellis. He stopped him. He hit him with body shots, uppercuts, and all that. But then at the end of the day, if you think he's so easy, why not give him the opportunity? I guarantee you a fight with Canelo too will be a great fight. Another big fight. A fight that people are going to be excited about. So these guys, his trainer is just talking a lot of shit too, I don't know what the hell he wants to do,
Right. If David didn't look good or look bad, like they say, they will be jumping in the ring to fight him. And that's for
right
sure.
away. Yeah,
right away.
Exactly.
No doubt about it. But let me inform you, Canelo, when he requested to fight Avini Yildirim, that cost him the $365 million contract he had with DAZN because they didn't improve that fight, and he wanted to fight him at all costs. That's how the lawsuit ended up happening, so on and so forth. And surprisingly, he still fought Avini Yildirim. So even though it cost him the whole contract, he still fought this man.
Guess what? Now they're going to buy him back again because he is generating a lot of money. They let him go. Now he's coming back, and there's talks about him re-signing with DAZN. But see, that's what I'm saying. Look at this guy. He did the last fight that Yildirim fought was like 2 years ago. He fought a guy that had all these losses. It was just a tune-up fight for him. And then he didn't fight for 2 years, and they go and fight that guy instead of David. David's an undefeated fighter. David is a two-time world champion. David is in the record Guinness, so he does bring a lot to the table. But they just want to make it seem like, no, David's not worth anything. But yes, they are fighting all these other fighters that they're on the way out or they're about to retire. They're just going to go and collect the belts, and people pay for that. What can I do? People like to see that. And then they start complaining. I think he's going to look really good against Sanders. He's going to look good against Plant. But after that, he's going to have to come and see David Benavidez.
Yeah, and the guy, Avini Yildirim, he lost. The fight before that he won, he fought a guy with 3 wins and 33 losses and 3 draws.
Can you believe that? That's, oh my God, exactly. But guess what? But you know what? He was better than David Benavidez, right? And he got knocked out by Eubanks. So there you go, Canelo's trainer. He's talking all this shit. But, look at what they're doing. It's a business for them. David is a people's champ. David wants to represent Mexico. David wants to represent the United States. David wants to represent all the races, you know?
When Canelo was fighting Avni Yildirim, DAZN said something around the lines, who can beat Canelo? And Teddy, he came out and said, man, how about start off with better competition if you want to find that out?
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly,
right. Now, I do want to
exactly.
ask you, the WBC, the rules say, this is what the rules say. If a fighter fights for a vacant belt, he has to defend his title against two mandatories. Now, Canelo, obviously, he fought for a vacant belt because that was David Benavidez's belt. Now,
Yeah.
one mandatory supposedly is Avni Yildirim. Okay. Now, what happened to his second mandatory?
You,
Wouldn't you
you
think
think
that's
you,
David Benavidez?
you think that's gonna happen? You know, you think that's gonna happen? Honestly, are they gonna make it mandatory?
I mean, I don't know what's going on in the sport of boxing, but do they bend and change the rules for
Back to,
certain fighters?
I'm not the only dude that fucking missed weight on the pandemic. During this pandemic, there's a lot of shit you can't get access to. Saunas, especially when you get up there. I didn't expect the bubble to be like that. You get to the bubble in Connecticut, you're fucking quarantined for 2 days. You can't do shit. So you get there Monday, Tuesday. You're finally able to leave Wednesday for 1 hour. They don't even have a sauna. They don't have shit. They don't have the bathtub that, you could want to put it up with super hot water. It's just soaking there. They don't have that. So it's a little bit harder. Now I know how the water runs over there. So I'm gonna be a little bit more prepared this time. But as to, you seen the last guy, David Morrell, WBA champion, he missed weight by the same exact fucking pounds I missed weight. And what do? They changed his fight from a title fight to a 10-rounder. You know what I mean? So I'm not the only one that, it's unfortunately, I'm not the only one who missed weight. You know what I mean? But now, since we see, I know how this shit's going down. I know how everything works over there. Now, the only thing we can do is come more prepared.
Yeah, and David Morrell still have the title. This is actually a fan question, and since we're talking about the subject, I do want to throw out this fan question. David got stripped of his title for miscalculating weight. Months later, he can't get a shot at his own title. Meanwhile, Canelo failed the drug test. 6 months later, he fighting for a majority of the belts versus Gennady Golovkin. Why does David Benavidez get treated different?
I guess because I'm not the cash cow. You know what I mean? It's just like, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. There's just some stuff like, I don't know what's going on, and I'm not going to try to get too deep into that. I'm not going to be fucking trying to talk shit about any organization. It is what it is at the end of the day. I'm still here. I'm still ranked. I'm willing to fight anybody to get back to where I was, and that's where I'm going to leave it at. We weren't able to go out to get what we needed to get, gallons of water, the food we needed to get. We didn't have access to saunas, steam rooms. We only had, when we first got there, we were in quarantine in the room for 2 days.
He couldn't use the sauna, he couldn't run. The gym was closed. We started using the gym on Thursday, like a day before the fight. So that changed everything, the whole program.
And then when we were able to finally leave the room, it was only for an hour to the gym downstairs. It only had a treadmill and the elliptical.
Now they're a little bit more prepared. They're more knowledgeable. They're more educated on all these other fights.
Did they tell you what it was gonna be, what the conditions were gonna be like? That you could only go to the gym for an hour?
Nobody had no idea how the conditions were gonna be. They didn't even know. They were testing things, and they were going up like every day. They were trying to learn how to do things, and but no excuse. He lost the belt, and now we got to work hard, and we got to be more educated.
COVID affected everybody. The fighters, the trainers, the gyms, even the promoters. Fighters were stuck in their hotels. They couldn't train. They couldn't cut weight in the way that they normally cut weight.
Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. Basically, you will end up with a haircut shape up or an edge up. What they do is they tattoo small dots that look like hair follicles in the areas where you have lost your hair, and then blend it with your existing hair. You can even choose what type of hairline you want, hard shape up or soft and natural finish. And to maintain it, all you gotta do is shave your hair every few days, which is something you already were probably doing anyway. Make sure you go ahead and contact my man ScalpCarolinas on Instagram. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.